Good morning, everybody. So, can you all hear me okay down the back? So, we're going to get ready to start in seated this morning. And thank God we finally got a really nice morning. We can actually do it down here in the grass. There's nothing like being down near the water and out in nature. So, thank you all for coming this morning. And you know, it's Cork Mental Health Foundation is the charity this morning. You've probably met Susan and Zach there on your way in. So we'll just start in seated with the eyes closed. Relax your hands, relax your shoulders. Have the eyes lightly closed. And the theme of our class this morning is finding joy. So the joy is within us all. Sometimes we lose touch with it, but just to be aware too that joy isn't in things that we have or things that we acquire. It's within us. And we're just going to tap into that if we can this morning. And just being appreciative of being out on this gorgeous morning in nature. Let that bring a bit of joy to you this morning, even if you're having a tough week. So we'll come to the breath. Take a deep breath in. And then fully exhale. And again, nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, feel the tension leaving your neck, your shoulders, anywhere that you might be holding tension. And just focus on slowing down your breath now. Once again, inhale and exhale. Slow down that exhale and use the exhale to let go of any negative thoughts. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So just keep breathing, counting the breath in your own time. Really focus on slowing down and lengthening your exhale. And now when you're ready, you can open the eyes. We're going to inhale the arms up, just stretch up, reach for the sky. Draw your navel in, lengthen up through the spine, and then slowly exhale the arms back down. Take your right hand behind and your left hand across into a twist, and breathe into your twist. And then we'll come to the other side, left hand behind, right hand across, and breathe. Slowly come back to the front. Bring your legs out in front and bring the soles of your feet together. Now bring them well out in front and just bring the soles of the feet together wherever is comfortable. Bring your hands out to the side, well away from your body. And then we're just going to stretch over to the right. And over to the left. And again over to the right. And to the left. Come back to center. Now straighten out the legs. Bring the hands behind you. And we'll just arch the back as you press into the hands. Look up at the sky if you can, or tuck your chin in if that strains your neck too much. And then slowly coming forward, Bend your knees and swing your legs back and bring yourself into a child pose. So knees wide, toes touching, sit back and stretch the arms out in front. Slide forward onto your tummies and we'll come into a low cobra. So just coming onto the forearms, activating the legs, pressing the feet into the mat. And then slowly come down, push yourself back up. We're going to come back through child pose once again. So sitting back, this time curl the toes under. Don't come down quite as far, so lift your fingers. Press your wrists into the mat, lift and spread the fingers. And then press the fingers in, lift the wrists, lift the palms. And again, lift the fingers, press the fingers down, lift the wrists onto the fingertips. So you're sitting the hips back a little bit, they're lifted up. And then we're going to come forward onto all fours. So place your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Start to rock forward and back. And forward and back. Now come back to the center, turn the hands out slightly and just rock from side to side. Come back to center again, hands forward. Start to make circles around. Nice big circles. Come back to center and reverse it. And come back to center. Okay, take your right leg back. Turn the toes under and stretch through your right heel. So place the toes on the mat, press the toes into the mat and stretch through that right heel. Feel the back of your right leg stretching. Now take your right leg out to the side. Bring your left hand in under your left shoulder and sweep your right hand up. And now bring the right hand back down. Bring the right foot behind and then take the right foot over to the left and look back to your left. And come back into the center onto both knees. Okay, left leg back. Turn the toes under, stretch through that heel. So really feel the whole back of that leg stretching. Left leg out to the side. Bring the right hand under the right shoulder, sweep the left hand up. And bring the left hand down, bring your left foot behind and then bring it over to the right, maybe looking back to the right. And then come back into the center onto both knees. From here, curl your toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. Step the feet apart a little bit. And start to pedal the feet, bending and straightening the knees. Lifting up and down off your toes. Now take your right leg back, bring the knee in, bring the right foot forward, we'll drop to the left knee. So pressing into your right foot, bring your hands to your hips. A little bit harder to steady yourself sometimes on the grass, you might be on a lumpy bit, so take your time to get into a lunge. Bring the hands to the heart center. Lift your chest towards your hands. Then we'll bring the arms out. Interlace the fingers behind and lift the arms away. Look up if you can, or look straight ahead. Bring the hands forward. Now curl your left foot under, lift your left knee. and drop the knee. And lift it and drop it and lift it. And now stepping yourself back into downward facing dog. Bring the right foot back, come back into downward dog, up and down off the toes again. And now left leg back, knee in, left foot forward, come to the right knee. So again, we'll take our time to get steady. Press into the left foot, hands to hips, hands to heart center. Looking up if you can, breathing through the chest up into the thumbs. Hands out, arms behind, interlace the fingers, lift your chest. Dropping the hands to the ground, so fingertips or hands to the ground. Curl the right foot, lift the knee and drop it. And lift it and drop it. Lift the right knee, and in your own time, step your right foot up to your left. Walk your feet nice and wide apart. Bend your knees deeply and take your hands to the backs of your legs as you shake the head out. Nod it and shake it. Keeping the knees bent, hands to the hips, and we'll slowly come up to a standing position. So keep your feet nice and wide. We'll bring the hands to heart center again. And then we're just going to circle the arms up and around and back. And circle them up and back. And then go the opposite direction, behind and back. Up and behind and back. Hands down and just roll the shoulders out a few times. Change the direction. Breathe your arms up and out. And then give yourself a hug. And then begin to circle the hips around. Come back to center, arms out. Cross the arms the opposite direction and twist the hips the opposite direction. Shake the arms out, shake the feet out, and we'll come to the top of the mats. So bring your feet together now, toes just touching, a bit of space between the heels, and press down into your feet. Really feel your feet connecting now with the earth. It'll feel kind of more springy than it does on the hard floor. So it feels nice. Bring your hands to your heart center. Lift up on your kneecaps and thigh muscles, so engage those legs. Draw your navel slightly back. Roll your shoulders back and down. Close your eyes and begin the Ujjayi breath. So you're just inhaling and exhaling through your nose into the back of the throat and out again. Hands down by your side as you open your eyes. Inhale, take your palms out, reach up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, look out, flat back, hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin. Come all the way down and bring your hands under your forehead into crocodile pose. Engage the legs. Lift your head, place your hands in low cobra. Move the hands under the shoulders, come up onto all fours. Curl your toes under, back into downward facing dog. Stepping the feet about hip distance apart. So stay where you are, just stepping the feet hip distance, turn the big toes slightly in. Let the head and the neck release. And breathe. Breathe in the joy of this beautiful morning. Exhale fully as you inhale, look forward. Step your right and left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. And again, inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, look out, flat back, hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga this time. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Roll over your toes to a downward dog. Right leg back. Knee in. Right foot forward. Turn your left heel in and we'll come up for a standing warrior. Take your time. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down and behind. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, come forward into humble warrior. Keep the front knee bent. Drop your forehead towards your shin. If it's too much to have the hands up, you can sit them on the lower back. Drop your hands to the mat. Step your back foot in and lift the heel. And just fold forward for a pyramid. Bending the right knee, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Roll over the toes into downward dog. Left leg back. Knee in. Left foot forward, swivel the right heel in and we'll come up. Steady yourself, bring your right hip slightly forward. Inhale, arms up to warrior one. Look up at that beautiful blue sky. Exhale, hands out and behind. Interlace the fingers, inhale to lift. Exhale to fold, humble warrior. Drop your hands to the mat. Step your right foot in, lift the heel and fold forward for your pyramid. So you can have the left knee bent or you can begin to straighten the left leg and draw it back. Bending your left knee, step yourself back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Roll over the toes to a downward dog. Or feel free to take a child pose at any stage. So just breathing here once again. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. So if you've drifted back on your mat, come back towards the front of your mat. Ready to start another Surya Namaskar. Bend your knees and sweep your fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Roll over the toes to downward dog. Right leg back. Knee in. Right foot forward, swivel the left heel in. And again, we're going to come up into a warrior. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Bring your hands to heart center. You might want to lift the back foot and bring it in a little bit as you bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee or thigh. Press your palms together and then you can lift your chest. So it might be easier to have the back heel lifted here. Drop the hands to the mat, step back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Roll over the toes to downward dog. Left leg back. Knee in. Left foot forward, swivel the right heel in and we'll come up into our warrior. Sink into your left thigh. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Bring the hands to the heart center. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. If you need to lift the back foot, just pressing into the toes if it helps the balance. Press the palms and lift the chest. Drop your hands, step to flank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Roll over the toes to downward dog or take child pose. 5 nice slow breaths here now. Exhale fully. As you inhale, look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Sweep your fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So come to stand on your mat. Eyes closed for a moment, hands at heart center. Let the breath settle. Have a drink of water if you need it. So when you're ready, open your eyes and we're going to turn to face. I'm just going to bring my mat over here. I think you'll all be able to see me. So we're going to come and face this direction. Taking your feet nice and wide. You okay there, Mary? So we'll turn our right foot out and left foot in. Bend into the right knee. Inhale your arms up and exhale. Relax the shoulders, extend into the fingertips, palms facing down. And look along your right arm. Turn your palms upwards, keep the right knee bent. And then we're going to look back to the left. Drop the left hand to the back of the thigh or to support the lower back. Take your right hand up and over. Bending your right elbow, bring your right elbow to the inside of your right knee, or you can drop the fingertips to the mat. Rotate your body towards me and then reach up through your left arm. Keep pressing into the outer edge of your left foot here. Left hand to the hip, right hand to the thigh. Will come up nice and slowly and turn both feet forward. Inhale, both arms up, stretch up. Exhale to come forward, reach forward. Bring your fingertips down under your shoulders. You might like to just stay here, or you might like to fold a little more, bending the elbows, walk the hands back, tuck the chin in as you let the head and neck release. But if it's just nice to stay here and relax the head and neck, that's okay. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands to your hips, and we'll slowly come back up. So turn your left foot out, your right foot slightly in, bend your left knee. Inhale, arms up, Exhale, drop the shoulders, and we look along the left arm. So drop the shoulders, or the arms to shoulder level, release the shoulders, and breathe. Turn your palms up, look back to your right, drop your right hand to the back of the thigh or to the lower back, and take your left hand up and over. And then coming up, bending the left elbow, bring it to the inside of the left knee. Right hand on the hip, rotate your body towards me. And then reaching up. Right hand to hip, left hand to thigh. Slowly come up and turn the feet forward. Walk your feet in a little bit now. Not all the way in, but just for goddess pose, heels in, toes out. Bend the knees. Bring the hands to the inner thighs. Just encourage those knees over your feet. Tilt your pelvis slightly forward and draw your navel in. Hands to heart center. Open up into the mudra, thumb and first finger together. Open the chest. Sink a little deeper into those thighs. Pressing into your feet, slowly straighten up, stretch the arms up, draw the navel in, and breathe. And then very slowly drop the arms down, bring the feet together, shake out. Let's try a bit of balancing. So I think we'll go for tree pose this morning, any version of it you like. If you find it easier to come off the mat, and just find yourself a spot that maybe isn't too lumpy because it's a little bit more uneven, so it's a bit of a challenge. So weight into the right foot, bend your left knee. Now you can just bring the foot on top of the foot to the ankle, or maybe bringing it up to the thigh. Bit of a challenge, as I say. Bring the arms out, maybe stay here this morning if you're steady. If you want to, you can bring hands to heart center, and then maybe opening up the branches of your tree, elbows bent. Slowly bring the hands back down, release that left leg and stretch. And we'll move to the other side. So weight into your left foot. As I say, find a nice steady spot. Bend the right knee. Bring it to wherever you want to, on top of the foot, the ankle, or maybe up that little bit higher. Two hands out, get the balance. Important now to get the balance here before you move on. Maybe hands to heart center. And then maybe opening up the branches of your tree. Release the hands, release the legs, shake out, well done everybody. And I'm just going to come back over here to you. Okay, so come to stand at the front of the mats one more time. This time bring the feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees, come into Utkatasana. Weight into the heels now and be able to see your toes. Hands up just to shoulder level. Sink those hips, low as you can. Drop the hands to the mat. Step yourself back into a downward facing dog. And pedal the feet out or lift up and down off your toes. Drop to your knees, and then staying where you are, just come up to kneeling. So I think it should be nice and soft here actually. We're going to try a little bit of camel. So if you want to, you can double up your mat if you want a little bit of extra support for your knees. Try doubling up the mat, but at least the ground is softer than it would be normally. We're going to curl the toes under. Keep your hands on your hips and just gently lift the chest and arch the back. Now take your right hand up in the air and maybe your right hand will connect with your right heel. If not, just take it back onto the lower back. You can stay here or try left hand up and maybe see if the left hand will come back. Push the hips forward. Now, as I say, if you're not connecting with the heels, just keep the hand supporting the lower back and you're getting that nice back arch anyway. And then to come out of it, everybody bring the hands onto the hips. Very slowly bring your body forward. And you're going to come all the way back into child pose. So fold your mat out again if you've rolled it up. Bring the knees wide. Sit back and bring your hands under your forehead or bring your arms alongside your body to relax. Just come into resting child pose for a few moments. When you're ready, push into your hands and sit back onto your heels. Come up into kneeling once again. So come up and kneel to face me. Hands on the hips. Bring the right foot out to the side. Drop the left hand down and bring the right hand up. And if you can, bring it all the way over your head. Bring the right hand to your hip, press back up. Bring the left hand up and over. So you can keep the right hand on the hip or slide it down the side of the thigh. And then slowly coming back, come back onto both knees and bring your left foot out. Drop down to your right side. Bring the left hand up and maybe bring it over your head. Keep the outer edge of your left foot pressed down. Left hand to your hip. Slowly come up. Keep the left hand here, slide it down. Bring the right hand over into that nice C shape. And right hand to hip, left hand to hip. Come onto the knees and we're going to come back into child pose one more time. Knees wide, toes touching, sit back. Come all the way forward onto your tummy. Come onto the forearms, so we're just going to come into low cobra one more time. And then lower your head. Bring your left hand in front of you, so you're resting on your left forearm. Bend your right knee and see if you can take your right foot. If you can't, maybe hold on to the end of your tracksuit or something if you can't take the foot. And see if you can draw that foot, that heel in towards your buttock. Feel the stretch. What I want you to feel here is a stretch on the front of your right thigh. So it doesn't matter if you're not connecting. You can just bring the hand anywhere that you can hold on to, maybe on the trousers. And then slowly lower, release the right leg. Switch over. So bring the right hand in front of you. You're resting on your right forearm. Bend your left knee, reach back, see if you can take the left foot and stretch it in. Again, you just want to feel a stretch on the front of the left thigh now. Release your left foot. Push yourself back up. Come back through child pose. Walk the hands back, sit back onto your heels. Come over and stretch the legs out in front. So just come to sit in Dandasana, legs stretched out, hands or fingertips beside your hips, shoulders roll back. Close the eyes for a moment and breathe here. Toes are coming back towards you, so you're pressing the heels away to engage the legs. So we'll inhale both arms up, bend the knees, and exhale as you fold forward into a nice easy forward bend. This should feel nice after the other poses. Now just relax your chest onto your thighs, let your head and neck release. If you feel like straightening the legs more, creep the feet forward, nice and slowly. You can take the feet, you can take the big toes, or you can just stay with that nice bent knees and chest resting on the thighs. So just relax into it. Slowly coming back up out of it. We'll bend the right knee, take the right foot to the outside of your left leg. Hold your shin now and sit tall. Flex your left foot so the toes are back towards you. Right hand behind you. Inhale the left hand up and wrap it around the right knee as you twist to your right. So just try and make sure your right hip doesn't move back too much, that it stays facing forward in line with your left hip. And let the movement come from the waist. Come back to face forward, step your right foot across, and now bring your right foot to the inside of your left leg, letting the knee drift out to the side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we'll creep the hands forward to come into Janu Sirsasana. Just looking towards the toes once again, breathing into it. And then slowly coming back up. Gently stretch out your right leg. You can give it a stretch there. And we'll come to the other side. So bend your left knee, step your left foot across to the outside of your right leg, sit tall. Left hand behind, inhale the right hand up. Wrap that right arm around the left knee as you twist to your left. And again, just check your left hip isn't moving back, that the movement is happening from your waist. You can keep your chin in line with your chest, or you can turn the head a little more if that's comfortable. Breathing here. Come back to face forward, step your left foot across and bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, coming forward. Creep the hands forward, look to the toes. And slowly walk the hands back. Stretch out your left leg, give it a little bend and straighten there. Stretch both legs out in front, point the toes. Bring the hands behind again and have that nice stretch, lifting the chest. And then very slowly relax. Bend your knees. Hug the knees in. Take the hands underneath and we'll come up into boat pose. Now you might need to stay with the legs supported, or you might be ready to release the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on, release. Bend your knees and just wrap your hands around your head. And now release the hands behind and bring yourself down onto your back. Hug your knees in and make little circles at the base of your spine. Changing direction. So bring the feet back down onto your mat with your knees bent. Be able to just about tip your heels. Pressing into your feet, lift your hips, your lower back. Maybe coming a little bit higher, lifting the middle and upper back. Maybe interlacing the fingers underneath and walking the shoulder blades in. So stay in whichever is your version of bridge pose. Keep pressing into your big toes now to keep that work happening in the legs. And then release the hands out if you've interlaced them, and very slowly begin to bring the back down vertebra by vertebra until your tailbone connects with your mat. And once again, hug your knees in. Rock from side to side. Bring your legs up into the air, bring your hands back onto the mat. And you can just point and flex the feet. You can make ankle circles. Reach up and take the backs of your legs. So it can be anywhere from the knees to the ankles to the big toes, drawing the feet towards you to stretch out the back of the legs. And now bend your knees. Take your ankles or the outsides of your feet and draw your knees towards your armpits for happy baby. Again, just rocking nice and slowly side to side on the lower back. Bring your feet back onto the mat with the knees bent. Bring your arms out wide. Cross your right leg over your left. Shift the hips to the right a little and drop both knees to the left, coming into a twist. Either look straight up with your eyes closed or let your head turn to either side. Breathe into the twist. Roll back onto your back and uncross the legs. Shift the hips back into the center. Cross the left leg over the right. Shift the hips to the left. Arms out wide now, knees to the right. And just breathe into your twist. Roll back onto your back, shift the hips back into the center again. Soles of the feet together, knees out to either side, and just relax your arms beside you or a little bit away from you. And maybe rock the hips from side to side. I think we've just been invaded. They'll go away in a minute. Just don't do anything. Anything can happen in outdoor yoga, Angela. So when you're ready, you can just come to seated for a moment. Just roll over onto your side and come to seated, and we'll wait for the what are they, mallards? We'll wait for them to move on. That's the joy of nature, isn't it? No, I think they've had enough. They're just moving back. So we're ready for our Shavasana, and again, you can lie down or you can stay seated if you're worried about being invaded, but I think they'll move on in a minute. We'll give them a minute to move on. Or maybe they're going to investigate this side of the class now. Last week he was minding babies, he's herding ducks this week. Definitely multitasking, Martin. There's something in the grass, I think, that they're liking there, is there? So we'll try and move on to Shavasana. If you're happy to lie down, lie down. If I see them coming near anybody, I will hunt them. So if you're more comfortable to stay seated, or lie down onto your mat with your knees bent or your legs straight. I'll keep an eye on them there anyway. So once again, just tuning into your body, letting yourself relax into the earth. Feel the support it offers you. Let yourself literally be grounded. Relax your face, your shoulders, relax your abdomen and your pelvis. And we'll come back to the breath once again. So take a deep breath in through your nose and then fully exhale. And again, deep breath in and exhale. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pause. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pause. So just take a few more nice long breaths like this in your own time, trying to have that little pause at the end of each exhale, making room for a nice long inhale each time. And as you begin to tune more into your breath, feel yourself tuning out from everything else that's going on. Now in the background you'll hear the sound of the doves, you'll hear maybe a little bit of traffic in the distance, a little bit of rustling through the trees, all the sounds of nature, and the kids in the background, and they really do sound full of joy, don't they, when they're just playing like that, no inhibitions, no worries. So just staying with your breath now for another few moments. And just as the breath becomes slower now, just take the attention away from it. Relaxing the crown of your head, the back of your head, your forehead, your eyelids, all the facial muscles, the lips, tongue, chin and throat. Relax your shoulders. Relax the upper arms down through the arms, into the palms, the backs of the hands and the fingers. Relax the center of your chest and then let the relaxation spread out through the chest, into the rib cage, into the abdomen, into the lower abdomen. Feel the relaxation now from the base of your neck all the way down your spine to your tailbone. Relax your pelvis, your thighs, your knees, shins and calves, ankles, heels, soles of your feet, tops of your feet, and all the way into your toes. Just let your whole body be completely at rest. And just one little affirmation, just as you continue in your relaxation, staying with the theme of finding joy. So if you carry joy in your heart, you can heal any moment. And now let yourself tune into the sounds of nature once again, slowly waking up your body, introducing some movements, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Begin to gently move your head. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the arms back down and hug your knees into you. Eventually, roll over onto whichever side feels natural and take 3 deep breaths. And then in your own time, bring yourself to a seated position with your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhaling with joy. And exhaling as you open your eyes. Namaste. Once again, thank you all so much for coming. If you weren't here at the start, it's for Cork Mental Health Foundation. And I sent the link to you if anybody just prefers to donate online. So once again, thank you so much for coming. First morning that we got the sunshine, and we got a bit more than we bargained for with the little mallards, but that's nature. So next week is the last yoga in the park. So if you can, please come and support it. It's going to be for Helpful Steps. So that's very much a local charity. You all know Nathan Kerwin. He's away unfortunately next week, but I told him we'll go ahead, and I think it'll be online donations because it's very easy to go in on their website and just donate. So thank you all once again for coming. Have a lovely weekend, enjoy the sunshine, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Take care. Thank you.